Something huge has happened, and I don't say that lightly. If you own a PS5, do you ever wish you could close NBA 2K26 and open something like NBA 2K11 for a blast from the past? Or maybe you're playing the latest college football title from EA, but you really just want to hop on NCAA 06 and start a dynasty there. Or maybe you want to play NBA Street, or of course, how could I forget ESPN NFL 2K5, but you can't because you're on a PS5, which only lets you play games that Sony wants you to play. But imagine if you could. Imagine if there was a console, you plug into your TV, you turn it on with a controller, and it just works. But it could play every single video game, old or new, regardless of whether it's a Nintendo, PlayStation, or Microsoft game, no matter from what year it's from, all from the comfort of your couch with a controller, a powerful device with the endless possibilities of a computer, but made for a couch and controller like a console, with free online, no PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live needed, and it has the latest games. That's what just got announced. That is the Steam Machine. This isn't a sponsored video, I'm just giving you guys my honest thoughts as always, but this is going to change not just sports gaming, but gaming itself forever. Let me explain. The all-new Steam Machine from Valve is the coolest new piece of tech I've seen since the Steam Deck. If you haven't seen my videos on sports game emulation, I've shown how with my Steam Deck, I can play the original Xbox version of NFL 2K5, along with a ton of other classic sports games, and newer games too, on the go, and with the Steam Deck dock, I can play it on my TV with these wireless controllers, and I can play anything from GTA 4 to NCAA 06 to Baldur's Gate 3. But the Steam Deck is a handheld device from a few years ago. It can't handle the latest AAA games anymore, and it can only emulate up to some PS3 era titles. So games like NBA 2K11 or NBA Elite 11 or Madden 12, for example, don't play smoothly. The Steam Machine is 6 times as powerful as the Steam Deck, with its own custom hardware that is optimized for SteamOS, meaning it'll be able to play nearly every single sports game ever made. You'll be playing NBA 2K26 on it, but you can also play any previous NBA 2K on it, all on one console, with your friends online with crossplay, and online is completely free. It's game-changing. Now, price is going to be a major factor. A price hasn't been announced yet, but I'd expect it to be under $6.99, and if it's under $4.99, it's going to pull in huge numbers. PlayStation might actually be cooked if the price is good, and Xbox is already cooked. But why buy a PlayStation and pay for PlayStation Plus when a Steam Machine, hypothetically, could already play everything a PS5 could play for the most part, future releases as well, and also play PS3, PS2, PS1, Xbox, Xbox 360, Nintendo NES, SNES, N64, GameCube, Wii, Wii U, Switch, Switch 2 probably soon, even the damn Atari 2600 and the Sega Dreamcast. If one console can play everything with free online, and the other can play some games with paid online, and they're a similar price, why would anyone want the latter? If you're terrible with tech, and you want something that requires no setup, the Steam Machine can do that too with your Steam games. Tinkering rewards you with emulation. To me, this sounds like the perfect console. One quirk I had with my Steam Deck dock setup, which is basically a worse version of what the Steam Machine will be, is that it was a hassle mapping my controllers to emulators, because they automatically picked up the Steam Deck's own controls over my wireless ones, and I had to manually tweak each emulator to add the controllers, and it was a lot. But Valve has also announced the Steam Controller, a first-party gamepad for the Steam Machine, which would work seamlessly. Setting all of this up is going to get so much easier. You grab this and 2 controllers, and you and your bud can play literally any sports game ever made, from Tecmo Bowl to NFL Game Day 95, to NBA Live 04, to Mario Golf, to NBA 2K26. It's insane. So the Steam Machine can plug into your monitor, keyboard and mouse, and now you have a quiet and sleek mini desktop, powerful enough for modern gaming, retro gaming, video editing, coding, and more. It runs SteamOS, which is based on Arch Linux, and the desktop experience is very similar to Windows 10. There's a start button, a software center, a file explorer, web browser, desktop shortcuts. It's exactly what you'd expect, and you can use desktop mode to install or do just about anything. You're not limited or locked to the Steam store. You can get games anywhere. So if you like to wear an eye patch and have a peg leg from time to time, this will be worth it for you. You may be wondering, why not just build a gaming PC? The key here is that this is made to be used as a console or PC, not just one. A regular PC, sure, you can connect it to your TV, but it's not going to boot up from turning on your controller like this would. It won't be as simple to navigate as a PS5 would. You would need to use a keyboard and a mouse to set anything up, which adds complexity for those looking to simply plug it in and play games on a TV. Game devs wouldn't target your specific hardware when you build your own computer like they would with the Steam machine. Devs will make sure everything can run on this, and smaller devs will create awesome tools for it. I mean, just look at EmuDeck for the Steam Deck, for example. It's a program that installs every emulator and sets them all up with one click. The software support is going to be unreal. We've never seen a powerful hybrid PC that works completely as a console or completely as a desktop with good software until now. I'm gonna get extra technical for a second, but the Steam Deck paved the way for Linux to become more mainstream. Before the Steam Deck, barely any games ran on Linux, an operating system like Windows or Mac, but Valve took Wine, a project that runs Windows programs and games on Linux. They made it way better and called it Proton, and through Proton, which you don't even need to think about on a Steam Deck or a Steam machine because it runs in the background, it translates Windows games to Linux, meaning almost everything runs on Linux now, and usually it runs faster too, because you don't have all that stupid bloat running in the background that Windows uses. With the Steam machine, developer support for Linux is about to reach an all-time high, and that's a great thing for all of us even if you don't realize it. Linux is free and open source. It's not made for profit, it's made to be of use. It has no ads, it doesn't collect your data, and there's nothing that gets worse over time with updates. You don't get AI thrown in there without your consent. You don't get Candy Crush Saga pre-installed. You get a system that respects the user, gives the user privacy, and doesn't force you or lock you out of or into doing anything. Tech running Linux is tech with unlimited potential, and that's what gives the Steam Deck and the Steam machine infinite potential, where something running Windows or a console like a PS5 could never have that level of potential. The Steam machine is capable of anything. It's up to you. Giving the power back to the consumer, back to the user, to buy something and it's completely theirs. They own every inch of it and they can customize every inch of it, hardware and software. That is the future, and we should be so happy that that is where we're heading. Kernel level anti-cheat is the only thing left breaking games on Linux. You'll see it with online shooters like Fortnite, for example, as well as with EA Sports games like Madden 26. But I would imagine the success of the Steam Deck and the potential success of the Steam machine will incentivize devs to go a different route with anti-cheat that works on all platforms and also respects the user's privacy more. That's also what Valve is banking on, as they've said. It feels like the next domino after the Steam Deck got 95% of games working that previously didn't. The Steam machine is fully capable of playing Madden 26 if they used a different anti-cheat system. NBA 2K26 works, it's an EA thing, but outside of the last few Maddens, literally every single other sports game, from NCAA to Madden to NBA 2K to NBA Live to MLB to NHL, all will work seamlessly. For the casual viewer, none of that technical stuff matters. What does matter is there is about to be an end-all, be-all console that'll play every sports game ever made and give you the flexibility to play the latest releases as well, just like if it was a PS5, only with free online thanks to Steam. This is the future of gaming on your TV. No more walled gardens, no more exclusives. This wasn't a sponsored video, but instead me highlighting an upcoming product that actually excites me, which is rare for me in the gaming scene. This gives the power back to the players, the individuals, and not the corporations that want to lock everything down and make you pay for remakes and remasters because the original games aren't available. With the Steam machine, everything is available. They also announced a new VR headset, and it also runs SteamOS without needing another device. So technically, you could emulate ESPN NFL 2K5 on it and play first-person football in literal first person. Pretty cool. Anyways, my NASCAR 25 review is almost done, but I wanted to talk to you guys about this after yesterday's announcement because a dedicated console/computer hybrid that's 6 times as powerful as a Steam Deck is going to be the greatest device you could possibly buy if you wanted just one solution for experiencing every iconic sports game as well as the latest ones. Valve says it releases early 2026, and I plan on getting one to make a video showing off what it can really do, and of course, for my own personal enjoyment. You can wishlist it on Steam right now if you want. Sure, Madden 26 sucks and sports games are arguably worse than ever, but with something like the Steam Machine, you can not only play the classics, but mod them too with updated rosters and uniforms, all on your couch like any other console, along with hit new releases you'd normally play on your PS5 but with free online. I know this is true because I have a Steam Deck, I do the same thing, it runs the same OS, it's just not 6 times as powerful like the Steam Machine's going to be. I'm excited, and you should be too, as long as the price isn't unreasonable. Let me know in the comments what you think, and thanks for watching.